Alright, what is up guys? It's JaretCampisi. Welcome back to the channel. Heading over to Dotto's house. Gonna be putting some more upgrades on this bad boy. We're either gonna do the clear clutch or we're gonna do the Rizoma winglet mirrors. Listen to that thing. Oh my god, just popping and shooting flames. Yeah, we're either going to do the winglet mirrors or the clear clutch. I can't see when I'm recording without mirrors. I don't use the bar ends. And everyone voted that they like the Rizoma winglet mirrors better. And I think I kind of do too, actually. Because then you actually have functional mirrors on the bike, which is always a good thing. Don't forget, you can be entered to win this bike. Patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. We have the least amount of support that we've ever had, which is a good thing for you guys who sign up, because it's going to be your best chance ever to win a bike. And this is going to be the most expensive custom bike build we've ever done. All of our carbon pieces are with the painter, and he's literally working on everything this week and next week. I'm hoping we get everything back next week, and it's going to be a custom painted Lamborghini inspired full carbon Ducati Panigale worth over $100,000. So if you guys want to support, that's how we were able to do these builds, and that's why we give them away whenever we're done. Patreon.com/Campisi Customs, always the first link in the description below. Let's get this video started. Alright, so we decided to do the Rizoma front stealth winglets and turn signals because I can't see when I'm recording, as I mentioned when I was riding over, and I just want to be able to make sure I can see when I'm recording, because I lost some footage the other day and it pissed me off. Oh, no. Anyway, Christina's here. She's going to do the unboxing for us. I feel like she hasn't been on my channel in a while. I guess you were on the riding video.
I rode with you.
Yeah, and a lot of people gave some great feedback in that video about her having weight on her wrists. But one thing I wanted to mention is they were saying you need to like squeeze the tank more and use that. But she's so short that her arms are so short that it's just the nature of she's leaned over no matter what she does. There's really not much she can do because her arms aren't long enough. I'd have to show you. Yeah, I'd have to show you on the bike to make sense. But what you guys were saying is correct.
I tried.
Yeah, is correct.
And then I tried, like you said, you put one arm up on the tank, which did help. But then those back roads, it's just turns constantly. Yeah. I don't want to turn with one, you know, for me it's not safe, so.
I do it, but you shouldn't.
But you're a professional.
I'm not a professional. People were making fun of my riding, saying that we don't know how to ride and all this shit. I'm like, dude, I've been riding for 20 years.
Sure, they tell you don't know how to drive either.
Yeah.
You know how to breathe, Jared?
I don't know if I do it right. I don't know if I do it right. I gotta ask the YouTube guys. But anyway, huge shout out to Moto Million for sending out all these parts. You can use my code Campisi, save yourself some money. These stealth Rizoma winglets, I actually put up a poll. It was an Instagram reel a bunch when we were down in Miami. I showed Manny's SP2 with the winglet mirrors, and then I showed this bike with this setup, so which is just the NRC block off signals with the CRG Aero bar and mirrors. And everyone, like 80% of the people said they preferred the winglet mirrors. And I would have to say, if you're gonna run mirrors, because obviously I don't, then I do think these are the best ones, the winglet mirrors.
I agree.
We have done the winglet mirrors before. We did it on the R1M, and we also did them on the BMW M1000RR, but we've never actually had to do these type of Rizoma turn signals, which are super cool. Look at this.
Tiny there.
Yeah, so look, so that's the little actual turn signal right there. Once she gets these out of the box, if she can actually get it out of the box. Don't forget, if you can't get enough of this beauty, all of her links, spicy links, are in the comment section below. And I don't know if she's gonna actually get these out of the box. There she did. Okay, cool. Oh wow, that's a lot more in there than I thought.
Yeah.
But look at that. That little piece right there, if the camera will focus, hold on. There we go. That's the turn signal, look how small it is.
How small they are.
Yeah. So that actually sits in, is it this piece here?
The brackets right here.
Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect. So this right here is the bracket for that little turn signal. And this bracket goes right here. So that's where they sit. They almost disappear on the bike. Look at that. And wait until you see how bright these are. Yeah, Dado's got his work cut out for him. And then do you want to open these up real quick and we'll show him that? And then we can hand it over to Dado's throttles and let him get to work. In the meantime, while she opens that up, I wanted to show you Dado's, what is this, your Ducati Scrambler, Dado? Is that what you're calling this?
Yes, sir.
I told him I was super excited to see this build project. He did put up his YouTube video on his other build project, so you can go over there and check that out, which is his new Triumph that he's building. Is that like a Scrambler style Triumph? Is that what you could call it?
Yeah, it's gonna be Scrambler too.
He's got a whole pile of parts over there. But I want to see more content on this because I think it's super cool and I'm a Ducati fanboy. So at some point, maybe next time we'll have you start this thing up. Does it run?
I don't know.
Remember?
I mean, last time I
remember? Oh God. Remember whenever you started it up and it sounds like it's cammed?
It is.
It's like a muscle bike.
It's cammed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a muscle car.
It's fucking amazing.
My neighbors are like, what kind of muscle car you got over there? I'm like,
It's a Ducati. There they are. Perfect. So winglet mirrors. The beautiful thing about these, yeah, is actually you're gonna run the same setup on yours too, right?
I am actually the exact same.
Yeah, so you want to leave those on there until you install it, because in case you don't want to scratch the mirrors. Yeah,
greasing it all up.
Exactly. So there they are. So I'll show you guys how all of this stuff works. I actually love the presentation even out of the box. I think these are the coolest mirrors on the market. Look how cool that is. Stealth mirrors from Rizoma. Cool, so that's what we're gonna do. Thank you for the unboxing, Tina Wiener. She's gotta head out for a live stream on Patreon, and we'll see her probably later on in the video. Maybe. Probably not. It's been a while since Dado and I have had a drink together. We've both been very busy, me mainly playing video games, but Dado doing actual work. This is a new one, Texas Straight Bourbon. What is this? What's it called?
So,
I don't even see a name brand on there.
I think it's just TX bourbon whiskey. Yeah.
Okay.
They're finished in cognac casks, I believe.
Oh, that sounds good.
And this was bottled in September of 21. One of my customers brought this as a thank you for spending a ton of time on his. And it's 101.6 proof.
Ooh,
so
even heavier than normal.
Yeah, so this build actually might go fast.
Perfect. And then we're gonna smoke it too with the smokers. Don't forget, you can get some great Father's Day gifts from Dado's website. It's just dadomadeshop.com. It's always linked in the description below. Okay, so first step, removing the NRC signals, and we'll probably save these because we might use them for a future build, or if Dado needs them for something, we'll let him use them. But they're good to have around because we use them all the time. We are still waiting on the carbon front fairing stay, which I'm hoping arrives before we get all the painted pieces back, because that we're gonna have to go pretty deep in there to do that part. If we don't get it beforehand, I probably won't do it because I don't want to take the painted parts on and off a bunch of times, because I do not want to scratch those. I would be devastated if I did that. So basically what we're going to do is remove these. We're going to see where they route all of these wires. We've never done these turn signals before, so we don't know how exactly they get installed. But if we need to, we'll probably pull up directions online. I think Rizoma has a bunch of directions. So I wonder if this is going to be a little bit heavier of a setup. Probably, because I wasn't running mirrors at all. If the CRG bar end mirrors were on, I bet it'd be very close. But since we're adding...
To be honest with you, I don't think we should weigh it, because at the end of the day, we're trying to figure out how much weight we're saving. Are you adding all that up?
No, I'm just doing it at the end. Yeah, I have the total. Yeah, I have the total.
If we're adding weight, we're just going to, like, we're not adding weight.
All right, left-hand side coming out. And we officially have no turn signals now. Perfect. I'm very curious to see how these, obviously that's where the new ones are going to plug in. They gave us all kinds of different like attachments, so we'll have to figure out what that is. Do we have to take this piece off, or does it just go right here?
I think it goes right here and then just sits out.
Awesome.
And then the wires and those plastic things can just sit, I think because the unit sits right here, we're either going to route the wires here or behind here, but whatever looks the nicest.
Yeah, okay, cool.
We're gonna wing it.
With the winglet mirrors. All right, so the first thing Dotto wanted to do was test running the turn signals straight into the harness they give you. They do provide different resistors that you have in here. There's 4 different ones. Dotto was saying it's probably for front and back, depending on where you're using them. But he wanted to plug them in straight because if we don't have to use these big, bulky resistors and hide them somewhere, we don't want to. So we just figured, let's see how they blink when you plug them in straight.
But I will say that resistors are typically used on non-LED applications when you convert them to LED, because LEDs draw less current or less amperage, and this bike already had LED turn signals from factory, so I think it won't make. So we plugged it in. I said to Jared, I don't want to hook up this bulky thing and then have to shove the wires in here. So let's see how the wow, they're really bright.
They're bright as hell and they blink perfect.
Perfect. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take this harness here. We're gonna heat shrink the new. Look how tiny these tiny little wires are. Dude, we're gonna heat shrink them in there and then just put it all together. They pretty much sit out here like that.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Okay, he already did one of the sides. We were just testing to make sure everything worked. So we'll show you what the process is on the other side.
So this, these lights actually, they're designed to fit a whole bunch of applications. In our particular setup here, we have to run the light through this aluminum bracket, through down here where these tabs are, so it holds the wire and
hides the wire.
And hides everything. So I had to trim a bunch of it off because they give you like a
super long
20-foot freaking cable. So I did that, and I was just telling Jaret, it's a really tight fit through here. Like when I'm pulling this, it's just like scratching this insulation. Yeah. I had to take the nut and the washer and everything off because those are designed for a bracket style, and that's just, this one is threading right into this.
Yeah. It's all in the directions Rizoma. Too. If
so I keep that as close as possible to the wires. You got to be careful because these are so tiny they'll break if you pull on them too hard. So I like to get this really close to here. And then, yeah, like that, and then start twisting it. Now, take my advice, pull the insulation a little bit away from the wires, and as you're twisting this, twist the wires with it. If you twist this too hard and the wires are stationary on this side, you are going to rip them out, and you don't want that because these are really expensive.
Yeah, this is all delicate. You got to be really careful and take your time.
I think these are like 180 bucks.
Yep.
With the brackets and
just for the turn signals. This whole setup's like 700 roughly. So
there I have it tight. They give this really cool little, where's that wrench?
Oh yeah, the little guy?
Look at this wrench.
Look at him.
It says Rizoma right on it, look.
Yep.
And how they design it is the light actually has like a little ridge on it, and then you just tighten it down. Yeah, I just use my fat fingers, but anyways, do that, and then I got a screwdriver here. We're gonna loosen these guys up.
Feed the wire down through there?
Feed the wire through that, and these little tabs hold it in place. Yeah. So now push that insulation back in there as far as you can. Everything's sealed, so it doesn't really matter, like water gets in there or whatever. But you put these guys in there like that, put the tabs back over it. We're gonna tighten it up. That's pretty much how they look underneath, and then that's how it looks finished. Perfect. Super nice. These are probably some of the nicest, brightest turn signals that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Rizoma makes a phenomenal product.
They do.
And they probably stand behind it 100%. So once that's on there, I did find out that they have this washer, nylon washer on here to keep the lock washer on there. And it looks like crap because you can see it. So I've been pulling them off and then just installing without it. That's just my personal preference. So you guys can
which I agree with.
All right, I was telling Jaret, Rizoma provides these new style connectors, new technology. It's fairly new, I should say. They give you heat shrink tubing that's clear. There's this red piece in here that seals from moisture and debris, and then there is solder right here. So the only thing you need to connect two wires together, solder them properly for a tight fit, and heat shrink around it with a seal is a torch. That's all you need.
It's really cool.
I'll show you guys how it works. I'll do one at a time here. I have the harness unplugged, so we get a little bit of room here. You always want to make sure that the wire goes past where you're soldering, right? So let me see if I can get this one here. There you go. Go like about halfway through. Line up your wire colors. Okay, so both wires are through. I'm going to show you how to solder. You can see it actually when it starts to melt through. There it is.
Yep.
It melted through, and it's gonna heat up and solder the joint together.
It's really cool.
And then you just want to very slowly, incrementally melt these wires are so thin that it doesn't take much to burn right through the insulation. So once it cools off, you can check it by tugging on it, and it's pretty damn good. It's hot as hell, but pretty damn good. So we're gonna do the other one, and then what I like to do is
test it.
Yeah, and test the tape it.
All right, well, we were really excited to put these on, and we tried about 15 different times to fit these properly, and we realized, Dado finally looked up the part number and realized these are for 959-1299. They don't fit on this bike. It is kind of an honest mistake because the part number is a bunch of stuff BSS 042B instead of 420. So
or
B
040, I think.
Yeah, but B does look like a 0. Fair enough. Unfortunately, we can't put these on the bike right now, so I'll have to contact Moto Million and send these back and get the right ones. In the meantime, we're gonna put the old turn signals back on because I need to ride this home tonight. Christina's not here, and take some photos. So yeah, I guess it's kind of Rizoma stealth mirrors gone wrong video. Oh, good news is this is the part that takes all the time. Putting these on is really simple.
We got nice turn signals on it.
Now we got 4 turn signals on the bike. No mirrors, still have no mirrors. But yeah, that's it. We really can't do anything else. I think next video we're gonna do the clear clutch cover. One of my favorite things to do on these bikes. And like I said, we're waiting on the paint. We're still waiting on other parts. And there's really not much I can do, guys, so I'm trying to do the best I can, but unfortunately I'm limited by other people, and that's kind of how it goes with these builds, and that's how it goes. So that's it. Sorry we didn't get to finish it, but that's where we're gonna have to end it for today. So once again, you can be entered to win this bike, patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. I promise we're gonna have full custom painted carbon parts very soon. And then the bike build, is gonna really take off, and I'm really excited because we have a lot of really cool parts I wanna show you guys, but it all happens underneath all of the stuff. So we can't do it right now. We don't wanna take the bike apart, put it back together again too many times. So that's it. Thank you, Dado, for your hard work. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.